Saturday hauling for you guys today, and I'm going to start off with a repurchase. I got another one of the KVD Super Pomade Eyeliner, Shadow, and Bright Pigments. It's this guy right here. It's what I use nearly every single day on my waterline. This one, the blue one, and the purple one, which I can mix the purple in with either the green or the blue to change up like the tones of green or teal. It'll turn into like a teal shade. But I primarily use this green one nonstop. And I kind of got a little freaked out because this shade is no longer on the KVD website, and then for a minute it was out of stock on Ulta, so I just kept checking and it came back into stock on Ulta, so I picked up another one. This lasts me a super long time because I just take a little like tiny flat brush and I dip it in the pomade, and that's what I've got on the waterline. But it lasts so well for me. I've got the most watery, allergy prone eyes. Like, they just water so bad that when it's like cold or windy outside, which has been happening recently because the temperatures just plummeted. We actually we got snow yesterday, and I was like, why too soon? I'm not ready. I'm in denial. Anyway, when the cold hits my eyes, they just water like crazy, and so I'll end up missing, like, sometimes depending on what kind of liquid liner I have on top, like the chunk of my outside of my liner will just be gone from my watery eyes. Anyway, this is one of the few products that I have found that just lasts on my waterline. So I've been through a few of these, and this is the one that I've got in use right now. And what happens is, because I open it every single day, you know, and dip the brush in and get some product out, is the surface will start to dry out. So every couple months or so, I have to wipe that top surface off, and then I almost get like fresh product underneath. So that's how I'm able to prolong use of a product like this, a long wearing gel like liner product. Usually products like this dry out really quickly. This one doesn't, which you would think that it would, considering it wears so well for me on the waterline. I don't want them to discontinue it. Why discontinue? This is the best shade. Anyway, I got another one from Ulta, and I thought that this packaging would have the newer kind of packaging on it that's got, like, I don't know, it almost looks like a Sunstar or something on the cover, but this one's got the older school packaging on it still. Product is still good and creamy and stuff, but I just find that interesting. I wish I would have placed an order on the KVD website when this was in stock to see if the packaging came back with that newer packaging or not. But let me give you just a little swatch. Again, this is what's on my waterline, and I can tell the surface of this is quite gummy, so I could probably go ahead and like wipe the surface off again. It just lasts so well, and it's such a pretty color. Givenchy Coal Couture in Jade was my all-time favorite, and I had been through so many of those pencils, but those were discontinued as well. The prettiest green, I like teeter-totter on the greens. It can't have too much yellow in it, otherwise it makes my eyes, like the whites of my eyes, look quite yellow as well. So it's a very specific kind of green, and as you can see, this does not pull yellow. So anyway, I just love this product, and unfortunately for me, I believe they're discontinuing the Power Green shade. Let me tell you real quick, there's 5 grams or 0.18 ounces of product in here, and this guy is made in Canada. I also picked up a new mascara from L'Oreal. I feel like I seen somebody raving about this on like Instagram, I think. But it's called the Telescopic Extensionist mascara. I got 995 Blackest Black. It says lashes look up to plus 5 millimeters closer to the brow, closer to the brows. That's what it says. Extended length, volume, and curl. So it's this guy right here. I do have this mascara on my eyes today, along with some kind of 2/3 false lashes as well. This is what the packaging looks like. Again, I should tell you how much product we got here. 0.33 fluid ounces or 9.9 milliliters, and this is made in the USA. So I love the brush on this. It's slightly curved, and it's a rubber bristle, but they're really short. And it just grabs every single lash and separates really well. I find that 2 coats of this just makes my lashes look really nice. It doesn't smudge on me. It hasn't so far. I've been wearing it every day for about a week, and I have been battling the colder, windy weather that we've been having with the water and stuff like that, and I don't have any smudging. I have gotten a little bit of flaking from it, but they're the kind that you can just go like this and it brushes off your face. So I've really been enjoying this guy. Let me give you a better of the wand there. It's got the rubber bristle kind of little short spikes on there. and it holds a decent amount of product. Again, 2 coats for me is fine. I just take the first initial when I take the wand out, and I do both lashes and then one more on each one. And again, this is what I've got on. So I've really been enjoying this mascara. Again, this is the Telescopic Extensionist mascara right there. Very nice. I also got a lip liner from NYX. It's one of their wooden style lip pencils. I was watching, I think, Alana Davidson, a video in the background, and she started talking about this lip pencil in this color, and I don't think they can get it in Canada anymore or something. And I was like, huh. And I have several of these wooden style lip pencils from NYX, but I didn't have this nude beige shade, and she really loved the shade. So it's available on the Ulta website US, so that's where I had ordered it. It's got 0.03 ounces or 1.04 grams of product, and this guy here is made in Mexico. So I love the color. It's what's on my lips today, but this pencil, and again, I've got other shades of this some wooden style pencil from NYX for lip liners, and they're not as stiff as this one. This one's stiff, and I've sharpened it a few times as well, and then I almost have to like blunt the point down and then like warm it up on my hand to get it to glide on a little bit easier on the lips. And I have to make like 2 or 3 passes to get just what you can see on my lips right now, but the color is lovely. So I just gotta work with it a little bit more. I wish it was so there's a decent amount of pressure that I'm putting on my hand to get this swatch right here. I wish it was a little bit more creamy, and for it being this stiff, it's not like super long wearing or anything like that either. Like I could go like this and it would wipe right off, but again, the color is really pretty. I just wish the pencil wasn't so stiff. So that is the NYX lip pencil in nude beige right there. Really pretty color though, right? And then with that lip liner, I have got on the MAC Dazzle Lips Crayon in the shade Moon Rocket. I had hauled the spaced out one a few weeks ago. I love this. This color is such a pretty cool tone pink with some beautiful like multi-dimensional sparkle in it. So I wanted to get this nude one. So 0.05 ounces or 1.5 grams in here, and this is made in the USA. So these are a new lip product from MAC, and I'll go ahead and swatch the spaced out one that I had hauled a few weeks ago too. But I have got this on with that NYX lip liner, and it is, as you can see, it looks like I have a gloss on. And it does have these really pretty kind of multi-dimensional sparkles in it, but primarily it's nude. It's a little bit more flat in terms of the color in comparison to Spaced Out, which is like a really sparkly kind of hot baby pink color. But it's really pretty. I've been wearing it a super ton. So it's a crayon like this, and you twist it up like so. Super easy to use. MAC back in the day used to make a lip crayon. If you look right there on the top of that pink toolbox, there's a line of them. They're quite old, but they function and smell like the day that I got them. Those are some of the best lip products I think MAC has ever made. And I wish that they would never discontinued them, because I would keep repurchasing them. Anyway, this is a new crayon product from MAC, and I really like both of these as well. You would think a product with this much sparkle in it would have some like grit to it and stuff, but I don't. I find it to be pretty smooth. It's so pretty. So let's swatch it with that NYX Nude Beige right there, so you can see it's pretty nude. So that one is the Moon Rocket shade, and then I'll swatch it next to Spaced Out, which is super awesome. I would wear Spaced Out with that NYX liner as well. I haven't been able to make it into the store yet, but I want to swatch all of these. I would like a coral or an orange in these colors. So pretty. So I love these. Anyway, those are the new MAC Dazzle Lips crayons. That's Moon Rocket, and that's Spaced Out. Ardell also came out with some new lash products. So I picked up one of their new lashes, and then also the kind of corresponding glue to the range. So it's the Nourish line. So typically I like the black glue. But they didn't have that option. And the clear dries just with this slight hint of a blue to it that if it hits the light just right, you can see it. So I have to really try to go back in with mascara and wiggle it after I put the lashes on to cover that kind of blue glaze that the clear version gives. That's primarily why I really like the tinted version of the glues. The formulation itself is really nice, like super comfortable. It says skin soothing formula. It's got peptides, awesomeness, retains moisture, niacinamide, brightens and conditions, hyaluronic acid, hydrates and softens, biotin improves the lash appearance. Like, couldn't ask for any more in a lash glue, right? And this is the paint-on version, so there's 4.9 grams or 0.17 ounces of product. And this guy here is made in Korea, so it's got the wand applicator, which is my favorite way to use lash glue. It's just super, super easy. So hopefully they come out with the tinted version. So that's new from Duo. I keep wanting to say Ardell, so they must own, I mean, one must be a parent company of the, I'm not sure. But the glue doesn't say Ardell on it, but the packaging, as you can see, is very, very similar. They're both the Nourish line. And then I got the lashes that says the band is infused with peptides, niacinamide, and biotin. And I got the style 752. And I have worn these. This is the packaging on these. I think there are 3 styles of this available. And these are just a really easy daily wear. And I can say that with that kind of band on there, I don't even notice that I'm wearing false lashes at all on my eyes, so they're very, very comfortable. I did trim these down, so I cut off about 1/3 on the outer edge of these. So that's kind of how I like to wear a false lash, is like that right there. But those are really nice. I think that they should do some more dramatic, voluminous ones in this Nourish range. I would be all over that. So anyway, that is the new Nourish lash in 752 from Ardell right there. And then I picked up 3 products from the new Essence Nutcracker collection. I got the Nuts About You Lip Beautifier. The packaging is super cute. I should take this little plastic off the tassel. There's a little tassel on there with a tag, Nuts About You. It's got a total of, see if I can read the tag on here. It's got a total of, well, it says made in the PRC. Total of 0.05 ounces of product in there. So this guy here, I thought it was going to be a little bit more sparkly, but you don't really see any sparkle. It just feels like a really nice lip balm, and it looks white, so it kind of gives the slight bit of appearance of like a glow on your lips, which is really pretty. It's got a slight bit of a like cooling, like mint sensation to it, but it's not overbearing or anything like that. So I think you can see right there, like this little bit of a glow that it gives the skin. And again, the packaging is very cute. When I look at it on my hands, there's just the slight bit of a shimmer in it. It's almost like a peachy gold, but like it's not like you notice like sparkles on your lips, in my opinion. At least I don't. Maybe the sparkles really blend in with my lip color, I'm not sure, but I do really like that. I've been enjoying it just to throw on, super easy lip product to wear. So I got that guy. Again, that's the Nuts About You Lip Beautifier right there. I also got the Nuts About You Blush Lighter. This has got 0.24 ounces of product in it, and this guy is also made in the PRC. So I tried to savor some of the gold overspray that was in there just so you can see it. So this bottom half, that sparkly gold, was an overspray that was over the whole like nutcracker guy that you can see in there. But this is the blush that I've got on my cheeks today. It's a really pretty like golden peach blush. Like when you first dip into the gold, it obviously puts a little bit more gold on your cheeks, but it's an overspray. So once I start using the whole pan, it's not going to have as much gold sparkle as it did initially when I got it. But this portion over here gives just a little bit of a yellow hue to the peach. I got a combination of these 2 shades on my cheeks today, and that's primarily how I've been wearing it. And I'm just going to swatch up here because I don't think that this is going to do anything if I swatch that, because it's going to go away, you know. It's not going to be helpful is what I'm trying to say. I've been enjoying that guy. It's Ballerina Glow. It's got a shade name. But that is again, the Nuts About You Blush Lighter right there. And then I also got the Nuts About You All Over Highlighter. So this has got 0.14 ounces of product, or 4 grams, and this is also made in the PRC. So this guy is the highlighter I've got on my face today, and it's got a translucent base to it with really beautiful white diamond sparkle in it. I liken it close to the Fenty Diamond Bomb. It's just the original one. I find that this is easier to pick up on a brush, however, and I'm really tempted to get it back up. It has a translucent base to it, so you're really just getting like sparkle on the skin. And in my opinion, that formula, which has been like my go-to kind of formula, because they don't emphasize or accentuate lines on the skin, which I'm going to actually compare this to another highlighter in a minute that I also picked up. And I prefer this for my skin. So I'll talk about that other highlighter in a minute, but this is just beautiful. Again, it's much easier to pick up on a brush. It's like $6, $5.99. Swatching it like this probably isn't super helpful, but you can see just like this glazy, wet look to the skin that it gives, while not like super emphasizing fine lines on the skin, which again, that is why I love a translucent base highlighter. So, and it picks up really nice on a brush. So that is what I've got on my skin today as a highlighter, like the top of my cheeks, like all the points where I like to put highlighter, and I really, really like this. So that is the Nuts About You All Over highlighter right there, also from Essence. Nice little collection there. And the other highlighter I was talking about is from Cle de Peau. I tried to resist this collection, but the packaging and the whole vibe of this collection just got me. So I picked up the highlighter and also the eyeshadow palette. So I'll start off with the highlighter. It's their Luminizing Face Enhancer. And this is in 110. There is a total of 0.35 ounces of product in here, and it is made in Japan. So box packaging, beautiful. It does come with a sleeve with the art like embossed in the sleeve right there, and then there's Cle de Peau on the back, and then here is the packaging for the highlighter. It is beautiful. You can see like the globe in there and then the peacock. The artwork is really, really beautiful. So again, I couldn't resist. I picked up last year's luminizer as well, and I knew going into this one it was probably going to be the same vibe as last year. The luminizing face enhancers from Cle de Peau 10 years ago used to be my favorite, maybe even 12 years ago. But they've changed the formula since then, and highlighters have evolved a long way since then. And one of the reasons why it was my favorite, it had this nice pearly, you know, glow to it, but it was light enough for my skin tone. And there's so many highlighters now, and I love the really sparkly ones. And I have older skin obviously now than I did 12 years ago, right? So this highlighter, it's got the very, very finely milled formula to it, and it's got a strong pearl in it, but it's opaque. So because of that opaqueness and that shine factor, it really emphasizes my fine lines. And I don't have a ton of fine lines in this vicinity, but this emphasizes them, and it actually looks a little heavy on the skin. And I've tried this both on set and unset skin, and on unset skin it looks really heavy, it looks thick, and then on my set skin it doesn't want to adhere. So I'm probably going to just incorporate this with the eyeshadow palette for the most part, because there's a shadow in there too that's anyway. So this, again, the packaging is beautiful. These are refillable, which is great. And then this again is 110. I'm not sure if this is a limited edition shade. They've got quite a few versions or shades of this particular highlighter. But you can see there's a lot of kind of opaque pigment to that. And that Essence highlighter isn't going to accentuate fine lines on your skin like this will using it like a highlighter. This does have a slight bit of a fragrance to it as well. So I want to make note of that, because I know not everybody likes fragrance, but that is the highlighter. See, I like the way that it looks over here, really buffed out, really thin, as opposed to what it looks like right there. And I did get the eyeshadow quad as well. So this has got 0.21 ounces of product, and this one is also made in Japan. It's got a little bit different artwork in there. You can see that there is a, oh gosh, is at the tip of my tongue what these are called. Is it an impala? Anyway, and a leopard. So it's got a little bit, again, different artwork on there. This one also comes with a pouch for the packaging. I'm actually going to put both the compacts in those little felts, which I usually don't do, but these are just so beautiful. So this is also refillable, And these are magnetized, like the quad component in here is magnetized. Very easy. You just like pick it up and it comes out. So this had some overspray in the train that was running through there. I tried to avoid getting rid of all the overspray just so that you could see it. And the number of this is 504. So when I first started using this, I was like, oh my gosh, these formulas are beautiful. But then I went to use this pink shade because it's the lightest, most highlighty type of shade. And I was like, this is terrible. It's got like a putty type of a texture to it. Like you can like squish it. And then I looked up online, and all of the quads that I could see like this from Cle de Peau have a shade like that, and they're called the primer shades. So you're supposed to lay down that shade first and then use the other shades over the top of them. However, I don't find that they apply, or it applies that particular shade very well with a brush or with the little sponge tip applicator things that are in here either. It goes on best with a finger. It picks up best with a finger. A brush, it just balls together. Even that formulation as a primer, it balls up even when you're putting it on. So I'm not crazy about it. I wish that that was just a standard powder eyeshadow that I could use like a highlight. So when I use this, I'm going to grab the face highlighter to use as the highlighter component on my eye because I'm just not crazy about this shade. And there's like some larger like particles in there of like gold or something. They're almost like micro glitters, but they're like chunkier bits. So again, I wish that this was just a regular shadow like these other three. Now these other three shades, they're nice. They've got nice pigmentation, but they're very, very soft. So if you were to compare them to like, you know, the majority of shadows that come out with the high pigmentation, the high shine and stuff, these are not that. They're a softer type of a look in an eyeshadow, and there aren't any mattes in here either. So we're gonna destroy the little train guy that was running through there. I'll try to get the bottom there. This shade just, I just can't. So, yeah. I do feel like the look that I did with this, it was pretty, but I can get a similar look that's prettier for a lot less money. I did it for the packaging. So I was actually looking at other Cle de Peau shadows like quads, thinking that maybe there was one that I would like a little bit more that I could put in here to want to reach for this a little bit more. But anyway, packaging. We're going to focus on the packaging. So again, that is the Cle de Peau Eye Color Quad in 504 right there. Packaging. I also picked up the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Embers 9 pen eyeshadow palette. This guy right here. Could have done a little something funner with the packaging in my opinion. But this guy here has got, let me see, this is super dark so it's hard to read. Made in the USA, 1.11 grams or 0.04 ounces each is what it says on here. So again, this is the box packaging, and everybody was comparing it to the old Makeup by Mario palette collaboration that was done with Anastasia years ago. I have that palette. I'll show them side by side. So this, when I got it, it looked so boring to me that it took me, I think it took me 2 weeks before I finally grabbed it to put it on my eyes because it just looks so boring. However, the quality of the eyeshadows is really, really nice. Nothing super revolutionary in terms of like duochromes or sparkles or anything like that. Just really, really nice standard eyeshadows. And I gotta say, because of the blues and the greens and kind of some oranges in here and stuff, it's probably one of the prettiest boring neutral palettes that I have. And I don't reach for a ton of super neutral palettes, but this one's really pretty with those blues and greens. Like, I really enjoyed the look that I had done out of this eyeshadow palette. And again, the quality is really, really nice. So, not mad at it, but I thought that was funny that I kept grabbing it and looking at it and I was like, nope, I'm gonna reach for something else, you know. And then when I finally went to use it, I was like, oh, these shadows are really nice. And the look, it was neutral, you know, but it had a little bit of pizzazz with the blue and the green in there. And I didn't mind that. This last shade here. So nice, right? It's like they're pretty eyeshadows. When you first look at it, it looks just so boring. It would have been nice, like, do something with that packaging, man. It's like super boring packaging. So here's the old Master Palette by Mario and Anastasia collaboration palette. Mine still has the double-ended brush in there because I don't ever use double-ended brushes, but you can definitely see you can dupe this palette if you've got this palette, if you still use it. So yeah, I definitely say they took inspo from this guy right here to make this guy. I also got the new Morphe Naughty eyeshadow palette. So this is their holiday release. The color story on this guy's just beautiful. So this guy's got 14 grams or 0.49 ounces of product. And this one here is made bulk formulated in Taiwan, China, pressed and assembled in China is what it says on the box packaging. So this is what the actual packaging looks like. It is a 12 pan eyeshadow palette with a click style. I should take, this is the little paper that's in there. Click style component. There's a mirror in there, and then here is your color story. These sparkle shades are beautiful. They've revamped their formula and it's very, very nice. And there's beautiful mattes in here as well. And I think this was what, $22 or something like that. So super affordable. You're getting a lovely amount of product in here. Really enjoyable to use as well. How pretty are those, right? This middle row. You can make it very neutral as well. But I love the pops of berry and pink in this guy. And then this last row here. Like those sparkly shades have got this really pretty wet look to them. Very, very pretty eyeshadow palette there. So again, that one is the Morphe Naughty eyeshadow palette is what they're calling it right there. And then I had done a pre-order from Terra Moon's Cosmetics for the I don't know how to pronounce this. I looked it up. It's Ophiuchus. The Ophiuchus eyeshadow palette. So I finally got this guy. Again, it was a pre-order and I really do like Terra Moon's eyeshadows. I've got 2 palettes full of Terra Moon's eyeshadows. I think it was a few years back during Black Friday because I'd always wanted to try their stuff and I couldn't decide. I just went cray-cray a little bit and purchased a load of their singles, and they're beautiful, beautiful eyeshadows. So they do a lot of like multi-chromes and stuff like that. But this color story just spoke to me. So this is the sleeve that comes on the packaging. It says vegan, cruelty-free. I believe that these are like handmade or hand-pressed shadows from Terra Moon's. I don't actually see on the packaging where it's made, but I'm pretty sure they're made. They're an indie brand made in the US. So I really like that these are magnetized as well. There's a mirror in there. It's a cardboard with a magnetic closure. And look at that color story. It is beautiful. There isn't a color combination in here that I don't like. I love these. I love mixing green tones with really like rust colors. There's something about that combination that I just love. So let's get swatching these. They're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful eyeshadows. Terra Moon's does some really good Black Friday sales as well, which Black Friday is right around the corner, if you can imagine that. I'm still not over it being cold outside, even though it's November 1st. And these NYX guys. And then these last 4. What a stunner though, right? Stunning, stunning eyeshadow palette. I've noticed I've been getting a little too close when I'm trying to show the swatches, and they're a little bit blurry when I edit, and I'm like, ugh, so I gotta remember to kind of hold my arm back, because like I'm literally 10 inches away from the lens. That's how close I shoot, but I want these to look as true to color texture as I can get them. So beautiful palette right there from Terra Moons. Again, it's the, how did I pronounce it? Ophiuchus eyeshadow palette. And that is everything that I got in that I purchased. I did get in some great PR packages. This first one is a new palette from Nomad. It's the Christmas Market eyeshadow palette, intense color and chrome pressed pigment palette. Destination, the Christmas markets in Germany, which, who was I watching? I think it was Lydia Millen. I like to watch her Christmas, or you know how the vloggers do the daily stuff, and she went to the Christmas markets, I believe, in Germany, and talk about like a magical looking place. However, Deadwood, South Dakota is also quite magical during the holidays, but probably not to the extent as the Christmas markets in Germany. So it says coordinates to the, I cannot pronounce that, it is a German word, and inspiration, a Christmas tradition. So this is the box packaging. Now what's fun about this here is there's little windows like an advent calendar right here. I pushed this in too far. Let me try to push it back up. Right there. Like how cute, right? So let's pop another one out. Nomad's attention to detail, man, it's just bar none some of the best in the biz. Nomad is actually one of my all-time favorite indie brands. I love them. This is the eyeshadow palette that I have gotten in my eyes today. It is an absolute stunner. So they do send a little postcard with their palettes as well, which I always love. So this launches on Monday, November 3rd at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And they are also proud to support the UNESCO World Heritage Center with this launch as well. And then here is the actual packaging. It is a cardboard with a magnetic closure. There is 15 eyeshadows. There are 15 eyeshadows that are 0.05 ounces or 1.5 grams, and distributed by Nomad Cosmetics, San Antonio, Texas, manufactured at Nomad Labs in China, cruelty-free and vegan. This is a stunner. There are some multi-chromes in here, some beautiful mattes. You can really pull it neutral with some of these shades as well, or you can like go full on Christmas mode. I've got the gray, this kind of neutral shade with a hint of green in it, which is quite unique. I've got a bit of the Nutcracker shade, and then Christmas Pyramid for my mattes, and then a little bit of St. Nicholas to give that little bit of red pink in the transition area. And then I've got Glowine and First Snow on the lid. And I have loved every single look that I've gotten out of this. Their mattes are soft, like sticking your hand in a bag of flour. You guys know I love to reference that because flour is so soft. And the shimmers, duochrome, sparkly, multi-chromes in here. They're just beautiful. That would be a Christmas look right there. Just those 4 eyeshadows. And then these next ones. I think that Nomad would just do an outstanding translucent base sparkly highlighter. Just saying. And then these guys. And then these last 3. I forgot to turn the ice maker off. It's kind of loud. So beautiful. Look at, that's that's the shade that I've got on my lid. It is so pretty, man. So that is Nomad's new Christmas Market eyeshadow palette. Again, it launches on November 3rd, Monday at 5 o'clock Eastern time. And a huge thank you to Nomad for sending over that palette as well. And then lastly, Paula's Choice sent me their Peptide Plumping Gloss Balm Duo. I had seen this, I believe it was like an ad on Instagram, and I was like, ooh, they've got a tinted shade of that, because I absolutely love this product. They had sent me the original clear one a few weeks back, and it is so nice. It smells like vanilla. Like, I get the vibes when I use this lip product that I would get when I would use the Auric in the little pot, the nude shade, that type of vanilla scent. But on top of that, it feels so, so nice on the lips. So these right here, interestingly enough, are it's really similar feeling to the Buxom Peptide Lip treatment as well, which I also love. They've got similar like vanilla scents to them. I would say that the Buxom one is a little bit more glossy on the lips, like the consistency of it's a little bit more glossy. This one's a little bit thicker, not quite as glossy, but they both feel really amazing on the lips. I've actually been putting on the Buxom one every single night, like a lip mask, and then I've got this one right here sitting by my chair as well, because when I come in from outside, I definitely need a lip treatment. So I put that on when I come inside, and I just absolutely love these lip products. So I got another one of the clear one right here, and then I'll swatch the tinted one so we can see how much tint it has to it. This has got 15 milliliters or 0.5 fluid ounces of product, and it says manufactured for Paula's Choice in the USA on the packaging. So this is the tinted one in Deep Plum right here. I love the applicator. The applicator on this one and the Buxom one are the same. They're like this curved plastic, or this rubbery nib, like it's got some movement to it. They both have a tip like that, and they're in a squeezy tube. I actually had to look. I was like, I wonder if these are made in the same place, but they're not. But I wouldn't have doubted it if they were, because the packaging is so similar and the scent is so similar, and they're both peptide lip treatments. I was just like, This isn't like so pigmented that it's going to be hard to wear. It's going to be a really nice, easy to wear tinted pink product. Oh gosh, and the vanilla scent of these just makes me happy. So that's the Deep Plum shade right there. And I think that they should do a whole bunch of shades of these, like a tangerine shade, a pink shade, like a whole bunch of colors, because this product is like super amazing. So huge thank you to Paula's Choice for sending over this duo as well. I was actually, when I first saw the ad roll on, I believe it was Instagram again, I wanted to buy the duo myself. Then I got it in PR, so like, and that is everything that I have for the haul today. I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I will see you guys later. Bye.